Hello, it's Jean Brittingham at Kept in Stitches. Welcome to my stitching cottage. It's Sunday afternoon, so it is time for my week in review. What do I have to share with you today on what has been happening the past week behind the scenes at Kept in Stitches? So let's get right with it. Let me share a few things with you and tell you maybe a few things that may be coming up in the upcoming weeks and month. So first of all, this week has been kind of a catch-up week because I had a lot of catching up to do on planning, scheduling, some paperwork, and that takes up a lot of time. But I also did manage to get a few things done in the Stitching Cottage, so let me share those with you. First of all, let me go ahead and get this one out of the way. A few of you may have noticed earlier I did a little short of this quilt coming off the long arm, which this is one that I pulled. That is an oldie goldie from the past that got started, set aside in my stack of things to do, and not pulled out until recently, which this started in a class in 2003 that was called Late Night Something. And it was a mystery class, and because I was using Civil War reproduction quilts, not quilts, reproduction fabrics for mine, I have named it Mystery Civil War Repo. So that is the name of this quilt. Let me slowly hold it up a little bit more for you to see. But that is off the long arm. I'll show you the back so you can see a bit of the quilting on that better as the light changes. There we go. But that is Paisley Playtime is the name of that pattern that I quilted it with. And I have the binding on ready to be stitched down on the back. And because I used a muslin type backing on this one, I also have my label printed in my handwriting right on the fabric on the back. So that is all done and complete. So it will be ready. I need to remember to make a hanging sleeve to put on the top before I sew that top binding down so I can attach that in there. But it'll be ready to be displayed. So that is one of the major things that I got accomplished this week. Oh, I forgot. Before I did this one, I also had a client quilt on the long arm. I don't have that one to show you, but I did show that in a previous video, also a short that showed it coming off the long arm. And that was one of the gals in my Facebook group and a friend that comes and I teach and she stitches with me here in the cottage in person. But it is a quilt that I shared, and those that wanted to, used it as a sew along in my Facebook group, which, speaking of my Facebook group, we might as well go ahead and get that out of the way. The name of my Facebook group is Friends of Kept in Stitches Quilting Stitching Bee. And the link for that is always in the description box below this video, below each video. So if you're interested in joining that, just click the link, go over, answer a couple questions, and you can join my group and see all that goes on in there. Also, there are a lot of you that watch that haven't subscribed yet. So if you would, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, the bell, so you get notifications when I drop new videos. That would be much appreciated. And everyone, give the thumbs up before you leave from watching this video. Thank you. And any comments that you have, questions, would also be very much appreciated. And I thank you all for your support. Now, back on to what has been going on in the Stitching Cottage. You know from my live stitching chats that I have been working on, whoopee, we almost dropped it, The Long Time Gone. And we'll pick that up so you can see it better. Long Time Gone quilt by Jen Kingwell. And my goal is to do 2 of the blocks each week, and as long as I get the other one cut out today, which is what my plan is, and stitch, I will be right on schedule. Which the first week, no, the first block, there's 2 of them in that, was this bow tie block. So that was one of them. And this was the second. So they are completed. And then the next block was this one, which it is called Square in a Square Stars. So that one was also completed. And then the next one was Crosses of the UK. And 6 of those needed to be made. So those are also completed. And the next one will be a Jacob's Ladder block that will be done in that. And I will be caught up on schedule for what I plan, how I plan to accomplish that quilt. That's not going to fit there. Let me set it down right here. Okay. So also, we'll get this quick one out of the way. Of course, as I told you, always pull a number each week out of my UFO inventory, and that's a number that not each week, each month. And that is a project that I have to work on some that month. And this is the one, which is a little embroidery kit that I pulled for this month. And I did manage to get more of the stitching done on that. So it is started. These are great little projects. If you want something quick and easy to do, mindless, it's already pre-printed on that. All the thread comes with it. The needle even comes with it. So everything is there ready to go. And this is one of, I collect needle minders. That's what this is, hanging on there, holding my needle. It's a strong magnet, and that happens to be one of Beverly McCullough's needle minders. But I plan on going ahead and making it pretty much like the front of this shows. So I also went in my Christmas fabric stash, and I've pulled the fabrics that I will be using in the borders on that when I get that done, because I'm hoping to have that done in the next couple days. And then I can work on one of the previous numbers that I pulled that I'm not done with. That is the plan anyway. You also saw, I'll get this quickly out of the way, those of you that watched my live unboxing of the Fat Quarter Shops monthly sampler, as I drop part of that. You saw all that. If you haven't watched that video, I'm not going to show this all again. You can go back and watch that live unboxing of what was in that sampler. But that is something that arrived. And so I'm going to duck down real quick, pick up what I dropped down there before I lose it. So that was also some of the things that got done this week. And I pulled out, and this is it, okay. This is a free pattern that I shared in my Facebook group for those that like to do counted cross stitch a while back. And I pulled that out and originally was going to make it like this, but I did complete the cross stitch, and I changed my mind on how I want to use that little cross stitch after I got it done. So the other day while I was working on it, I did an impromptu live just so I could show you. I've decided to make a needle book out of it and use that on the cover in the center. So I was showing how I go about making a foundation for working on a slow stitching project, which you can see the front and the back there folded. I have my, it's just folded together, so I know I have to do all my stitching now, embellishing on this before it's put together. But I have the fabric that will be the inside, and I have my batting cut to size in between those layers also. So I will be working on all of the embellishing and stitching of that during this week, which, you know, I love my little 3-tiered boxes. Everything that is for that project, there's more than what I'll be using, but these are choices that I have for working on it and embellishing, and they're all in the little 3-tier thing here, ready to just put this back in there, close it up, and it's easy, ready to go whenever. Everything is there whenever I want to work on that. So those of you that haven't started on this project yet, that might give you another idea for how you may want to use it and make it up. It's real quick to make up, doesn't take much at all. And I'd love to see how you decide to use your little counted cross stitch sewing machine. Of course, I'm working on my yo-yo projects, so that's always out. I've been making more yo-yos just in when I sit down, and my hands always have to be busy, so if I don't have something else, I'll pull this out and just make a couple yo-yos at a time. So that is continuing on. The one other thing that I wanted to remind everyone of, because it's coming up, we do have the tabletop turnabout sew along going on in the Facebook group, and it is coming time for step 3 of that. So this week, either in a live or a taped video, I will be showing step 3, and that will be actually cutting out your applique templates from the fabric and showing how you do that. So watch for that. With that in mind, I also give you a view into what Tip Demo Tuesday is going to be this week. I have gotten some fabric a little messed up and not folded on my wall of fabric behind me here. And in 2017, I did a really old video for my Facebook group at that time of how I fold my fabric and organize it and all of that. And I want to do a remake of that because that video was before they had the cameras to be able to switch and everything now, and everything was kind of backwards and upside down. It looks like I was left-handed and was doing things upside down and everything. So I'm going to do a remake of how I fold and store my fabric and the organization that I use for my fabrics. So that will be this upcoming week's Tip Demo Tuesday. So then the last thing that I wanted to share with you all, and this is where I need you to, in the video when you're watching, I need you all to leave a comment so you can vote. There's been a lot of, in the groups that I follow and everything, a lot of comeback on foundation paper piecing. And I'm not ready to do one of the large projects yet because that's just, I don't have the area. It's not really my style, the great big ones. So way back when I started early in my quilting life, I got a Judy Niemeyer pattern, which is it is called A Garden for My Wedding Ring, and it is foundation paper pieced, and then it has a needle turn applique floral border going around that. I have never gotten around to making this pattern, and I think it's about time that I got it back out and that I actually make it. I bought it intending to make for one of my husband's and I's anniversaries, thinking maybe the 25th. Well, we've passed our 25th anniversary and I still haven't made it. So I think it's time to go ahead and either start on that one, or I love yellow roses. So I was looking for a foundation paper piece pattern for roses. I was able to find this one and ordered it, which the roses are red, but I'm going to change the colors in mine so that they are yellow roses when I make that. So what I need you to do is, I don't know which one I want to start on first, which one I want to make first. So in the comments, if you would all vote either the roses or the double wedding ring, let me know which one you would like to see me start making first. And that will help me make that decision. And that is what will be coming up in the near future then. And I do believe that that covers everything that has happened in the Stitching Cottage this past week. I may have forgotten something. I don't know, but that's all right. I've shared. Oh, I almost forgot. See this little sign? Whoops, where do we go? Right there, my little coffee time sign. That's something that my husband happened to notice in the store. But I have to show you the little secret. When he noticed it in the store and brought it over to me and he said, "Here, I found your sign. We will share this with you." Those of you that know me may know what's coming up here. But when you flip the sign, it says wine o'clock. So you can have your wine time, or, ooh, that's a good magnet, or your coffee time. So that's an addition to the cottage also that I got this past week, and I thought it was cute because It was something my husband thought of. So thank you everyone for your support and watching. And I almost forgot, while I was doing other things yesterday, late last night, and I wasn't checking my YouTube channel, but I was in others watching what was going on in theirs. I checked back late in the evening, and there's a goal I've been trying to hit. Well, there's two goals, but the one, I mean, I was kind of shocked. I went over and I went, oh, I passed. I mean, not just hit, but I hit the 400 subscriber mark and passed it. So it was like, oh, I did it, so that was exciting. So I'm happy that has happened. And I thank all of you that have subscribed to my channel and support me and watch me. Very much appreciated. I'm glad on the comments that I hear from you that you're enjoying what I share, what I teach and demonstrate with you, that you like my channel. So thank you very much. My goal when I started this channel was to hit 500 subscribers. So that's still my goal. It's happening a little quicker than what I thought it would happen, and it would be awesome if that happened within the next week or two. If that does happen, what I have planned when I hit 500 subscribers is I will be having a celebration party, so to speak, and I will be having some giveaways. I will be giving away some patterns, some books, who knows what else I will come up with, maybe some kits, but I will also be giving away a quilt. I haven't decided on what quilt yet, but there will be a quilt in the giveaway. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so you can get in. You have to be a subscriber to win any of the giveaways. Share it with any family or friends that you have that may be into quilting, crafting, stitching of any type. Since I'm not just a quilting channel, I encompass all the types of stitching that there are out there. So go ahead and share that. Help me hit that 500 subscriber mark, and we will have a celebration and a giveaway. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Have a great week. And as always, remember, I can keep you in stitches. Bye-bye.